Shabbat Shalom, my beautiful, precious brothers and sisters. Today is Saturday, January 30th, 2013, and it is the Sabbath day. Welcome to a very quick, I promise, a very quick service on the Sabbath. Now, today's sermon is going to be on clarification of the 3 days of darkness in relation to the 5-part series I put out on my channel yesterday, talking about Revelation 8, Comet Ison, the sign of the Son of Man, and 3 days of darkness. But before we go to today's service, let's get the announcements out of the way very quickly. I am not 100% certain that I'll be able to make it tonight over at Tiny Chat for our live service and our live broadcast. I will be in Lincoln Park, Michigan with our ministry, Trumpet of God Ministries, on not 4th Street, on Dix Toledo Road, the city of Lincoln Park, across from the Tim Hortons. There will be 2 trailers there. We are collecting warm winter clothes, winter jackets, winter scarves, hats, and gloves, and boots. Now there is a call for a size 14 boot, so we're going to try to meet that call today, and I'm going to take my camera and I think I'll film today. So our ministry will be in Lincoln Park, Michigan. We'll be there right around the 2 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon hour, and again there will be 2 trailers set up, and if you're in that area and you have any warm winter clothing that you would like to donate, please stop by and say hi to all of us. All right, let's go to our sermon today, clarification, and I want to clarify the 3 days of darkness. Now, I don't know how nicely to put this in my part 1 through part 5 series. There's so much confusion on the internet regarding where we are in end-time prophecy, and I tried my best to explain. Yesterday, I was very, very tired, but we are at church today, and at this church, you can come as you are, so let's have our coffee. I don't think you can do that on a Sunday worship service at your local corner church, so let's have our coffee. Hold on. Now, I kept showing where and I don't mean to be sarcastic, but I guess I was, so I apologize. But we've got so many people on YouTube putting out so much confusion that doesn't line up with the living word. It doesn't line up with Matthew 24. It doesn't line up with Scripture. Now, there are many on YouTube, many dreamers, many YouTube prophets that will pull from Scripture regarding 3 days of darkness to confirm their dream, their word from the Lord, their vision. They will pull from the Old Testament, from the book of Isaiah, from the book of Zechariah, from the book of Hosea, for an example. They will take the time that Yeshua was in the tomb, 3 days in the darkness, and they will use that for confirmation of 3 days of darkness. Luke chapter 23, Matthew 24, 27, 29, the little book, the book of Revelation, to confirm their dream, what the dreamers dreamed, that we are going to see Comet Ison is going to hit the sun, or it's going to come around in December and cause 3 days of darkness. And that's when I'm saying the biblical 3 days of darkness. I'm referring to the dreamers out there. And many, like I said, they will pull whatever they can, so it will match their prophecy regarding the 3 days of darkness, and when the moon no longer gives its light, and the sun turns black like sackcloth. So I'm not saying there is a biblical 3 days of darkness. I'm just showing you, I'm trying to show if there was, and the dreamers were correct on all these videos on 3 days of darkness, we would not even be at that point yet in Bible prophecy. That's the clarification that I wanted to make. Not that I agree that it's biblical, the 3 days of darkness, but I'm just showing where the dreamers are at and how they're using and pulling Scripture and taking Scripture and kind of twisting it to so it will confirm their dreaming, their dreams, their prophecies of 3 days of darkness. Not that it's a biblical 3 days of darkness. All right, I hope I cleared the air on that. Again, they will pull from Luke, and Yeshua, Jesus was in the tomb, in the dark for 3 days. So that's 3 days of darkness. Matthew 24, 27, 29, Revelation 8, 12, and they will use that and with Comet Ice on. And the 7 seals, the 6 of the 7 seals being opened, it is totally preposterous. It's ridiculous. It's false teaching. I don't even want to say it's a post-trib belief, but we're leaning that way. So if you have someone on YouTube and they're telling you that they believe the 6th seal has been opened, and we're at Revelation 8, they cannot possibly believe in the rapture. There's things you look for. Are they talking about the rapture, the bride? Are they talking about the parable of the 10 virgins? Are they teaching on this on Revelation 3? Are they teaching on what the Spirit says to the 7 churches, to the church in Philadelphia? Right. This is what Yeshua is saying, how the Philadelphia church will be spared from the time of trouble that will come upon the whole world. If they're not teaching that, and they're teaching that it's time for the end, it's time for the apocalypse, if they're hyping it up, it's time for the second coming of Jesus Christ, if they're hyping it up, and they are just on fire for fear, fear them and run away and get into the living word. All right, and ending today, I didn't want to make a long service today. TrumpetOfGodMinistries.com is your ministry. This is your church, and we will be out again, as I mentioned, in Lincoln Park, Michigan, on Dix Toledo Road, right across from the Tim Hortons, right across the street, and we'll have 2 trailers out there, and we are trying to get warm winter clothing for those in need, the homeless. I am looking in Flint, Michigan on Dort Highway for a homeless man who rides a bicycle. Lift me up in prayer over this. And he has a giant sign that says, drug-free, alcohol-free Christian, homeless and hungry. I have some warm clothing and some food for him. So keep me in prayer that I find him. I've been trying to find him and locate him for the last 2 days. I put the call out on our Trumpet of God Ministries Facebook page. Now, this is the point in our service where we would ask you for the offering. If you were in your Sunday worship, this is when they would pass around the offering basket. Now, always pray. Don't just give to a ministry, just to give. Don't give expecting something in return. Don't give only because you're going to receive. Your rewards are stored up in heaven. That's not giving from the heart. If you feel led to help support this ministry, the link will be below, trumpetofgodministries.com. The need is great. The fields are so plentiful. Where are the laborers? That's where we need to be in Bible prophecy now. We're waiting on the imminent rapture of the church, and we need to, at this time, as we see the signs unfolding, we need to go out and be disciples. God bless you. Trumpet of God Ministries